Hello there, I hope you're doing well today. This is a short tutorial outlining a couple of techniques related to Unit 7 of the Celebrate Harmony Level 9 book. And Unit 7 basically outlines a variety of different details, and this is all related to the topic of first inversion chords. So what I'm going to do is refer to page 87, question 3, for a couple of little technical ideas that um, are very helpful. So I'm just going to switch over here to help you see this. So what I'm looking at here is one important detail, which is when we have a similar chord that occurs with an inversion and then back to root position again. The traditional method would be to put a symbol for each inversion. As you can see here, we are in the key of D minor, and the D minor chord is being used in 3 different chord iterations with a tonic in root position, a tonic in first inversion, and then a tonic in root position again. Now, to save time and space, and also as the functional chord symbols in relation to keyboard harmony when playing harpsichord instruments, when that comes into play, it's easier actually just to write the inversions for a particular chord while also knowing that if the harmony stays the same, we don't need to write the same Roman numeral or functional chord symbol for each inversion. We can assume that this carries over, but then the inversion is outlined like so. Now, of course, when we have different chords, like we have here, where we have a different chord on each of these first 3 beats, then of course it's important to write down the chord and the inversion. But now at the end of this bar, we have, again, the same chord repeated twice, but with an inversion written. So we don't need to write the one chord here. We can just assume it's the same and just have the functional symbol written as such. Now, some of the examples in the analysis and also in later examples in this chapter and onwards cover this topic. So whenever we see, especially an inversion where we have, for example, a first inversion chord followed by root position, what we want to do is use the 5-3 to signify the chord is the same and that we are going back to root position. Something else that's very important to recognize is that some of the homework on these pages might seem rudimentary, but it is very important to follow through with this, just because some of the details help us to then look at the examples such as on page 88, where we have longer examples. So you can see here multiple options for chord changes. There are some keyboard harmony questions. But something that's very interesting is that each of the short examples help build the skill to master the longer examples as well. So it's good to try to work on each of the examples with the same kind of bravura or attention to detail. Sometimes you might think that something like a 1 to 2 to 5 example or 4 to 5 might seem kind of simple, but at the same time, when we combine each of these short musical ideas together, then the longer examples seem not as challenging. So I do hope that you find this short tutorial on some tips and tricks on the completing the homework for Unit 7, and also that short idea with the musical example of how to organize your inversions very helpful. And I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Thank you, and take care.